Okay, technique number 15 is embrace big butts. Yes, I gave you a friend's reference. I like big butts, I cannot lie. But I'm talking about storytelling, and this is the reason why. The word but creates a question. And if you remember the technique number 1, the very first technique is that our stories need to create questions in their audience. So rather like the question mark, which I'll talk about in another technique, but creates a question. And it does a couple of things, actually. It focuses on the words on both sides of the sentence. So the words before the but in a sentence are what we think the world is like. That's our model of the world. And then the but implies heavily that that model is not true. And because, as I've said elsewhere, stories, one of the reasons we're sort of addicted to stories is because we use them as kind of flight simulators for the mind. We use them to learn about the world without all the, the sort of the pain and suffering that can be inherent in learning firsthand. So, but is one of those trigger words that triggers your audience to listen to the next bit, because the strong implication is that the first bit is wrong. So if I say, for example, he thought the presentation was going to be amazing, but you're automatically drawn to know why the presentation wasn't amazing. And and then as a storyteller, as a thriller writer, you can say, you can say anything you like, but then he saw the girlfriend he dumped by text sitting in the front row of the audience. Whatever. We can use the but to create a dramatic construction, and I think it's just as valuable in business stories as it is in anywhere else. Sometimes I talk about the fact that the business had been going well, but then we had our first month where the money coming in didn't equal the money coming out. We were doing really well, but then we had to, dump our biggest client. Do you see what I mean? That word creates a kind of gravity, a kind of tension, which your audience is automatically gonna want resolved. So it's very powerful sort of stuff, very powerful technique, and it's sort of paired with a question mark, which is my favourite punctuation mark for exactly the same reason, and I'll talk about that in a different technique. But that's technique number 15, and the next one, number 16, is get more meta. So I'll see you in that video. Thanks, bye.